Hello! Hello, hello! Oh, we got 2 in 1 still. Hello, hello! How are we doing today? Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome to Hellstormwargaming. Welcome to Inauguration Day, I guess. Yikers. And welcome to this live stream. It's Monday, which means we'll be talking all about competitive 40k today. So thanks for popping in. Thanks for popping by. Say hi if you're watching live. I'm both live on youtube.com/Hellstormwargaming and also twitch.tv/HellstormMikey because I'm multi-streaming. Okay? I'm multi-streaming. Yo! Ginger Steve! Thank you for the 55 months on twitch.tv. I need to cancel this. No, you don't. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, bro. Thanks so much, dude. I really appreciate it. It's very kind. It's very, very kind of you. Thanks for the 55 months. If you're watching on YouTube, say hi. Say hello. Just like Mr. Dan Elliott. Thanks for the 4 months, dude. 4 months, noob. That is pretty cringe. That is pretty cringe. So what we talk about the LVO today. That's the plan. That's the plan today. We're going to talk about the LVO because there was some drama. Hashtag drama. Let's go. There was drama at the old LVO this weekend, which we can talk about. And just talk about competitive 40k in general. Talk about things that we've noticed, things that we've seen, things that are happening. So I appreciate you all. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, say hi. LVO, no. That's true. That's true. Because we can't have an LVO without a little bit of gossip, can we? We need a little bit of gossip in our LVO. What's the point? What's the point? Used my Hellstormwargaming dice for the first time at the weekend. Absolutely crushed it. Highly recommend. They clearly carried me to victory. That's true. That's true. Exclamation point shop in chat. We do have some dice left. They are going fast. We do have some dice left. Well, Kyari, I'm glad the dice worked well. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thanks for grabbing some. There's always drama when you're involved. Bro, I've been at home. How can I be involved in another country? In another time zone? In another seismic plate? Or you could say. How can I be involved or with if it's another seismic plate? It's nothing to do with me. It's nothing. I'm still snowed in. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still snowed in. Don't even worry about it. I also used my dice of the weekend, failed the courage roll, and Sheila ran away. Well, that's what you just. That's because you wanted what you wanted. Tectonic plate, exactly. Seismic tectonic plate. You're welcome. I was nowhere near. It was nothing to do with me. You manifested drama. Look, just because I wanted drama to happen doesn't mean it was my fault. All right. Just because I wanted it to happen didn't mean it was anything to do with me. Had a single basilisk, wipe a unit 5 marines with them, so that'll never happen again ever. That's true. That's true. It'll never happen again until you use some Hellstormwargaming dice. All right. All right. So I've been busy. I hope you all had a good weekend. Did you watch a lot of the Las Vegas Open coverage? Because there was actually three different streams of the Las Vegas Open for 40k specifically, which is quite interesting. Games Workshop streamed and also Wargames Live, which is you think would never happen ever again, considering the history of those two streamers. But there's also a channel called Tabletop Live. Why not? Why don't we just call ourselves Joe 2? Joe Tour. That's what I call them now. Okay. Joe Tour. We're also there live streaming. But what was interesting, there's a couple of things I wanted to go over. A couple of things are interesting. Still can't believe we all got up at 5 AM for Sex Marines. There was Sex Marines at 5 AM. That was good. We loved that. Yo, Papaya Pariah! thanks for the 9 months at coaching from Mikey, which is our highest tier on YouTube.com. Holy shit, dude. Thank you so much for the 9 months. Wowza. Wowza. That's a whole coaching baby we've had together. Thank you so much, dude. Papaya Pariah, Brennan Duck, Ginger Steve, all our highest tiers. You could become our highest tier too if you have more money than sense, like those 3 people. But we also have a load of tiers you can choose from by clicking join, which is right around here, next to the subscribe button if you haven't clicked that on already. Alright? 6.5k a month and a succulent Chinese meal. If they want a succulent Chinese meal, I'll get them one. Alright? Has any coaching actually happened? Yeah. Not with Papaya Pariah. But other coaching's happened. I've coached Ginger Steve about Black Templars 1 time. I've coached Brennan about the joys of talking to competitive players about narrative. And I've talked about to Papaya Pariah about just general stuff happening, I guess. I saw Brennan Duck's coaching results in action. Best game I played at Mikey Tournament. You should sign up too. How do you know I don't coach people and just being a better person? Alright? Maybe that's what I do. Maybe that's what I do. But also, Sars, thanks to the 11 months at Boys Club, we've literally got from one end to the other. Scrub tier represent. We have scrub tier and we have top tier. Okay? They are the 2. And there's plenty in between. Alright. But yeah, so I ran my first tournament at the new venue this weekend. If you didn't see, have a little. Well, shall we have a little natter catch up before we get into the gossip? All right, into the goss. Look at this. Look at this. Wow, new venue, looking hype. That's me, chat. That's me. Yo, that's me pointing to the tournament. Look how cool that tournament's gonna be. You know, how cool is this tournament gonna be? Ask this guy. Yo, having a great time. Who else we got? Organ! Thank you for the 33 months. Thank you for the 33 months. Scrubber dub. Mikey's got the drama chub. I do love a drama chub. We have got drama. I'm going to tell you about the normal stuff first. You know? I become a slightly better person each time I re-up my membership. Based. Was it warm? Yeah, we had, like, heaters and stuff. But, like, ones at work. We had ones at work. And then we had, like, mid-tournament. Yo, Stein, thanks for the 1 year, dude. Really appreciate it. It's already been another month. It's been a whole year now, dude. Appreciate it. Also, Mikey, where'd you get those tables? Look, I don't own this venue. I just work from there. I think they're old shelving. They're like custom shelving units. That's what I reckon. I need to upload my videos. I think it's this one. Look, we had loads of people in. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. What was quite surprising, of the 32 16 tables that we had for the 32 players, even though I've moved on my terrain multiple times, I only had 1 building break. Which is quite fun. So, which is very handy for me. As a tournament organizer, all my terrain was together. And it's so fresh and clean. It is fresh and clean. It's good. And if I do some pauses, it's a big venue as well. It's a showroom. So it's light. It's cool. There's sunlight. Sunlight and nice lights. And just nice people having a great time. Look at that. Space for your game. Space for your stuff underneath. You know? Deck, we're on the telly. Not like Big C's not been on the channel multiple times. You know? And this is only part of the venue. You got the cool logo. It's great. Look at the whole gang. Oh, there it is. Look at the gang. Having a great time. Let's just say it. I look awful in all these pictures. All right. I look awful in all of these pictures. Just going to say it. Put it out there. All right. Get it out your system now. Get it out your system now. Go on. Say it. You look fucking dumb, Mikey. And I'm going to be like, you know what? You're so right. Here's a worse one. Okay. Here's a worse one. What is this face doing? What is this face? I don't know. Long day. Long day. All right. It's been a long month. But everyone else looks better I look better in this picture, but everyone else looks better in this picture. Okay. But we had a great time. We had a great time, didn't we all, chat? If you were there. You probably were. You might have been there. You might have been there. We had a bunch of winners. As you can see, you got me winning because I just ran the first tournament in new venue. Had a great time. We got Big C with Best Painted Army. We got Ben with Iron Hands, came third. Charles with Bridgehead, who came second. And Matt with Invasion Fleet. Invasion Fleet. The first detachment out ever. The Tyranid one. And also, we had Dan who came last. He got some new dice and a new dice tray. So we had a great time. I had a great time. It was really fun. It was really, really good. And if you want to join in on the great time that you could have had with us, you can type !shop in chat. And go to hellstormwargaming.co.uk/not-admin/shop. If you try admin, it won't work. It works for me then. It's very annoying because that's all that comes up. Why am I doing it here? I'm just going to type it in chat. I'm going to type !shop. Alright? !merch. Why not? Look at that. There it is. If you go to !shop, you can see loads of stuff is on sale, such as our round squad markers, our neoprene objectives, our dice, our t-shirts, but also our next two events, All Stars April and More Stars March. We have More Stars March, which is our Age of Sigmar event, and we also have All Stars April, which is our 40k event, which are happening very, very soon, okay? Do not mess around with tickets because they are going to go quick, all right? They've been on sale a week. We've sold the bunches already. We've sold a big bunch already, all right? So grab a ticket quick. Get on it. It's going to be a great time. And it should be fun. It's our first big weekend event at the new venue with loads of cool prizes. We're going to do food included. It's going to be a great time. Can't wait for the AOS one. I know, mate. It's going to be sick. It's going to be sick. So, have I announced the dates of Super All-Stars yet? Nope. If you knew all Super All-Stars, I would have announced it. I've only announced dates for All-Stars, which were posted a couple of weeks ago. Because we have more events going on sale at the end of the month, which is actually next week. Holy fuck. Okay, we have more events going on sale at the end of the month, but these are all our event dates so far that we've announced. This will get updated. Okay, when Super All-Stars 3 is announced, I'll update it. Don't worry. Don't worry. There it is. All tickets available at hellstormwargaming.co.uk/shop. We got All-Stars April and More Stars March. They're the two important ones you need to know about, okay? On sale now. Go grab some, baby. Go grab some. That'd be very cool. All right? I know it's January and we're getting to the end of it, all right? Your pocket's twitching. Your pocket is twitching. I understand. You know? Give me that heresy. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. No promises. Let me sort the big one. big shit fucker out first because it's a nightmare. And then I'll do it. Right. Right, chat. Well, shall we do some drama? Shall we do some drama now? Or do you want me to stall for another 45 minutes? Answer that, chat. Would you like the drama or would you like me to stall for 45 minutes? Why am I stalling 45 minutes? Because it'd be funny. Because it'd be very funny. But also, if you say, do it now, I get to rake in engagement. All right? So it's a win-win for me. Either I have a great time or I rake in engagement. A lot of people are saying stall. You do it this way around because M is for March and more and A is for all and April. No, but that's something that's very funny. That's very funny. It's funny because a lot of people are saying stall, and only a few people are saying drama. I see a lot of stalls getting spammed. Now, the first bit of drama, this is my stall, all right? The first bit of drama is about the Games Workshop stream, all right? Now, it might be just me, all right? It might be just me, but this is from the Las Vegas Open Warhammer 40,000 Championship Day 1 live stream. End stream, yeah, true. Does anyone notice anything weird about this screen? And I promise you, it's not the first two things. It's not the first two things you'll see. It's the third one, all right? I promise you, you'll see two things on this screen. You'll be like, yeah, they're the weird things. And I'll be like, no, it's actually the next one. All right? Kill team terrain in 40k. It's 40k terrain. Leviathan is one of the first you'd see. I believe the Leviathan is being used as a Telemon. All right? I'm on my phone. Oscar, zoom in. Zoom in. Sorted. Leviathan is the first one you see. All right. What I'll do is I'll do a screenshot so I can zoom in. All right. I'll do a screenshot so I can zoom in. So we got a Leviathan. All right. Probably a Telemon. All right. All I'm gonna say is someone has spotted it. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Welcome to 2025, bruv. Welcome to the internet. Welcome to the future. Spartan! That's number 2. Well done. You saw a Spartan. Probably being used as a Land Raider. Okay. I don't... Does anyone know how you... Oh, you just scroll. Okay. The Leviathan's fine. The Spartan's fine. It's not the massive dice. Someone spotted it. Can you see this? This is an Achilles Dreadnought. This is an Achilles Dreadnought. But what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? That's not a Galactus before you say it. That's 3D printed, I'm telling you. I'm betting £7.69. £7.69, I'm going to call it. 3D printed Warhammer on my GW stream. On a GW stream. It's Lego Bionicle. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks shit. Not in my heresy. Never seen that Custodes model made ever. So it's supposed to be a Galactus, which is based on the... Essentially, you got the Achilles and the Galactus, or the Galactus, whatever you want to call him. Okay. And they're basically the same Dreadnought, but 2 different arms. All right? One's got spear, one's got sword and shield. But that Dreadnought and that Dreadnought are very different. To be fair, it could be a conversion. Bro, it looks like fucking baubles. It looks like it's got baubles for shoulder pads. And it's got baubles for shoulder pads. But then also, if you really want to be picky, this is just gold. And this is just gold and silver. Is this painted? I don't think so. Now everyone's rushing to find the print job. If I put Custody Dreadnought STL, I'll find it within 4 seconds. All right, start counting now. Found it. Oh, okay, there you go. I actually look like a guy. It's been taken down. Never mind. That one's been taken down. It's like this one. Can you see? If I zoom in a little bit, it's not going to be there. Oh, it is. No, it's been gone again. It's like this one. Look how fucking chunky it is. They could have all been taken down. How funny. How funny. It's fucking, it may as well be this one. It may as well be that one. It's supposed to be a Galactus Dreadnought. It's supposed to be one of these bad boys at £73.50. Look at this. And then look at fucking this piece of shit. They converted liquid resin to solid resin. They did convert and do a lot of converting for that model. I only see 2 calls on Spartan. I mean, yeah, I agree, but we'll leave that being. Anyway, that's my first piece of drama. Games Workshop officially endorsed a 3D printed model. So where does that leave us, wokies? Where does that leave us, liberals? Hey, where does that leave us, liberals? And by liberal, someone actually quoted me on that and said, like, why do you say liberals like that? I thought you were quite left-wing. Not realizing I'm being very, very sarcastic. This man probably had to choose between LVO ticket and his final dreadnought. Yeah, true. Glass out of stock. If you don't want 3D printing stuff, they should have it in stock. They don't want you to 3D print it, and they don't want it on their stream, but they did it anyway. They did it anyway, chat. So that's funny. That's funny. Look, they've got a supply and demand issue. Whether you want to talk about the reasons that they have them, why they should have them, whether we should ignore them and make our own, is a totally different conversation. But it's just funny that they had a 3D printed model on a live stream. And I think it's pretty clear because you got an Achilles here, an Achilles here, and then this fucking piece of garbage there. Just letting you know, all right? 1, 2, boo. All right, all right. It happened in 2023. A well-known Necron player was using one. I think maybe that could be the case, but I feel like this one's a little bit more egregious because it's super obvious, you know? I feel like this one's super duper obvious. It's very obvious this is fucking 3D print. To a trained eye, mine. Obviously well trained. But just saying. It's funny. RGW building on a factory. Yeah, there's fucking bought the entire land known to man. Alright. Okay, the next piece of drama, chat. The next piece of drama. I'm not sure what order to do this in, because there's like 2 to 3 bits of drama all connected together. All right. They're all kind of connected together. Yeah, maybe we do that one first. Yeah, I think you're right. There's a certain someone that might have been, look. Okay, let's get something a bit more chill. Something a bit more chill. This is the right soundtrack. This is not the right soundtrack. This is really not chill. This has zero chill. This is great when I'm locking into like Wordle. Not when I'm talking about drama. Alright. Look. I know as much as anyone, alright, that when you're at a big tournament and you're doing well, nerves are high. Alright? I know that as much as anyone. I am not a finisher a lot of the time. You know, we need smooth jazz. I literally put on cozy Nintendo jazz. I am not always a finisher. Alright? I'm a choker. Alright? Don't take that as weird. Don't take that weird. Alright? What I mean by that? What I mean by that is, like, when I'm on the top and I'm right up there, like, trying to win the game, trying to do anything about, like, I'm about to win a tournament and I'm on the top table. Alright? Sometimes I choke. It happens. Why is everyone calling me kinky? Why is everyone calling me kinky, bro? Sorry? He's edging to the top. Fuck off. Look, I know that there can be a lot of stress, alright? A lot of stress at the top of these tables. It can be a lot. It can be a lot. You know, it can be difficult, probably is the better term. However, the last thing I want to do is take the piss, you know? And what I mean by taking the piss? I mean moving a lot further than I should be. Doing stuff out of sequence. I don't know. Maybe moving units that an extra inch. Maybe claiming something has more wounds than the other with full confidence before checking. But for some people, they might, in their opinion, might collectively, allegedly, think that that's okay. you know? Now, there's kind of like maybe claiming trees in AOS block magic. Maybe, you know? I would never claim something full-chested like that. All right? If I was on the top table at the end of a day one. All right? If I'm the captain of a certain team of in a country that I live. You know? Okay, so there's like 3 stories connected to this one regarding the live streaming of games. Okay, this is day 3 of a tournament. All right, this is day 3, and we have 2 players playing a game of Warhammer. Okay, we have Gene Steel Cults. I believe this is round 7. Okay. I believe, yeah, this is round 7 of the tournament. And, you know, 6 games is bad enough. 7 games? Holy shit. Holy shit. Please have D&D. Look, I'm doing a whole show on this. You might struggle for... I'm probably not going to get this story out in 4 minutes. Okay. I'm probably not going to get this story out in 4 minutes. I just want to clear that up. However... we have a live stream, and now I'm a bit concerned because this live stream seems really short, but it might just be me. Hopefully we'll... I mean... there we go. That probably feels a little better. I'm just trying to make sure everything's correct. So on the live stream, we have a GC Cults player, and we have a Chaos Space Marine player playing the game. Okay.
Likewise.
Happy New Year. Very, very late, but I appreciate it. You've said it twice, don't me ban you. Midway to minutes, how you doing, bud? You're just in time. Don't talk about some cheaters, alright? We have a lad called Floof versus... I can't remember his name. Might be Mark. It's Jay. His name's Jay. Right, okay. So we're in the deployment phase, and this is when it begins, okay? It begins around 1 minute 12. Thanks to the mods for finding this. Appreciate it. Okay. So we're in the deployment phase.
Awesome. We're ready to go.
I think we're about to do some redeploys. Okay. And as you can see, I think we're about to redeploy some units. We're going to pick up a couple of units and we're going to put them back down. All right. That's what's crucial here. That's what's crucial. Chat, take a look at the board state before we start. Okay. Take a look at the board state. Okay. Keep an eye on these models. All right. Keep an eye on these models. All right. This unit here. Let's skip forward just ever so slightly. Just a minute or so ahead. Keep an eye on this corner. So he's going to redeploy some models. So that's a unit. And then the thing... I mean, I'm really glad his opponent pointed it out straight away. But if you missed that, it's very quick. Watch again. Okay. Watch again. Watch these models here. Now the camera exposure is way too high. Don't know why it's this high. But keep an eye on these models here. Okay, the unit goes down in front, shuffles, and so the back models get shuffled as well. Did you see that? Did you see that? His opponent did. All right. Obviously, it's fine because look, he's...
I don't want you to tuck her back.
He can't see anything because of the terrain. Okay, and the Leonardo pointing meme. Now look, chat. I'm going to be honest with you. I know, me, straight player, all right? Perfectly straight player. I've moved my... I admit, hands up. Hands up, okay. Arrest me. I've moved models out of sequence before. Hands up. Don't shoot. Don't shoot, chat. I know we've got a new America as of today. Don't shoot. I've done it before. You know what I've done, though? I've gone, just to let you know, mate. And my intention was to do this, do you mind? Okay. Sorry, I've just to confirm. You know, I don't communicate with my opponent. I don't just do it. He's only winning golden ticket. Shut the fuck up, all right? Now, 2 minutes later, the same player moves a unit that moves 6, more than 6. Straight, I love my boyfriend t-shirt. It's actually, I love my boyfriend lets me play Warhammer. Um,
Have a pretty small
2 minutes later, chat.
turn 1.
Okay.
They move what, 8?
They move 8, so I can get on. Go beep.
He moves models. Just here.
Drill these guys back a little bit.
No, measures the first one, none of the other ones.
Make it a little bit harder to see them.
I want to say a big thank you to our YouTube and Patreon members who have a bunch
Just going to get the ad in the middle just before, you know. What does out of sequence mean? Can't you choose to move a unit? So by the term out of sequence is essentially moving a unit during, like, illegally in a way that isn't in the right time. I.e., I've moved a unit not in the movement phase. Yo, laziness, thanks for the follow. I moved a unit not in the movement phase. Maybe I've tweaked it in the fight phase. Maybe I've tweaked it in the shooting phase or whatever. You know? Everyone's done it because it's just confirming something that you meant to do, but you might not quite have done it before. Yo, thanks for the prime, laziness. Appreciate you. You know? That's what I mean by out of sequence. Basically, out of sequence means, in this context, moving a model when I shouldn't be. Not in the movement phase, for example.
tiers on
Or
there.
fight
Thank
phase
you.
or whatever.
Thank you.
Thanks, yeah.
This is how we're able to go ahead and stream at LVO.
So we got the
make it
advert,
possible. I want to say a big thank you.
you
Can't say
know.
enough. We
But
have
then if you
2
watch
tiers
the
on
rest of
YouTube,
it,
we have 2 tiers on Patreon.
I will.
There is no second stream game, obviously, because you always got a game and whatnot too. And so when it comes to YouTube,
so it's only moving the little ones at the back a little bit.
Gets you a second table.
And then as soon as the advert's
$1,000,
done, you hear something being said.
and, that'd be great, as well as a conscript tier. Patreon, both tiers get you a second table and tons of bonus content. So thank you. And it also enters you into our winter
So many ads.
raffle giveaway, which is a box set, Skaven type. If you're not a member and want to enter, take a look at our link tree in the video description.
You would have had to have advanced.
And lastly, not too late, I'll stop talking for a
If
second.
he's heard there, his opponent says you would have had to advance. All right.
We have our Las Vegas Open objective markers. You can go ahead and enter into that raffle.
He's
which
called.
happened
He's
this
called him
round
out,
here.
but we got the advert over the top, so we did miss it. But the point being is that he's moved his models a bit too far. Don't get me wrong, chat. Stress is like being on the top tables. It can be stressful. I've been there. We've all been there. Okay, maybe you haven't, but I have, and that's what's important. I was on the top tables. I've been on the top tables. You probably haven't. That's why you're watching my stream. All right. All right. The point being is, you know, 40k is a complicated game. All right. Remembering everything, like the difference between 7 and 8 inches, is hard. Okay. But as long as you're chatting to your opponent and being an open book in terms of saying what you're wanting to do, it's fine. You know, it's fine. Your opponent could be like, oh, actually, I don't think you can. And you go, yeah, fine. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Whereas if you're just doing it, it looks bad. Okay? It looks bad. Okay? 10 minutes later, we have an example of trying to play via intent, but only when it comes up to be helpful because they aren't expressing the concern ever until it's beneficial to them. Okay? So what you're saying is silent intent is not playing by intent. I am saying that. You know, I'm saying that a lot. All right, 10 minutes later. Okay, I'm going to put myself to this side. Keep an eye on this Vindicator and these Gene Stealers.
I'm not seeing how you got that line. Can you show me?
Sure.
He's saying there's a line of sight from the Dozer Blade, which is massive, by the way. I had this conversation 2 weeks ago, to these Gene Stealers.
Is it just a case of
Edge of this laser
like an
cannon
arm?
into that guy's arm.
He's
Is
saying
it something
I
like-
can see your arm. All right.
We can just rotate that.
I can still see his base.
So this Gene Stealer player was like, what if I just turn the model? Bearing in mind, this is round 7 at a tournament, all right? The biggest tournament in the world. And I'm not going to sit here and say that's illegal, because if he'd expressed that concern to his opponent would know that before he gets to the shooting phase. Okay? So if I said, yeah, I'm just trying to hide from your tanks with this unit, and then my opponent goes, oh, actually, you can still see, I'd be like, well, we kind of discussed that, do you mind? But there's no there's no conversation. So his opponent goes, well, I can still see his base. You know, a lot of these things, over the course of multiple games, you can kind of put down to, oh, you know, You know, it's just like an intent problem. Well, it's every 4 minutes. It's 4 minutes, chat. 120, 1 hour, 128. 1 hour 28. Okay. Just so you know, this person came 4th LVO.
How many moves?
12.
He moves his unit. I believe this unit is a unit of neophytes. He moves them 8 inches, as you can see.
Go up.
No, 3 up, 5 up.
You have AOC in this detachment?
Negative.
Alright, and how many attacks do you have in melee?
14. Or sorry, 12. I can do math. 12. 6 at strength 14 minus 2d6 plus 1.
So there's like a measurement, as you can see, which actually really frustrates me. It actually super frustrates me if you watch his technique. It's to hold the tape measure out, put the tape measure away, then move the model.
Do you have AOC in this detachment?
Negative.
Alright, and how many attacks do you have in melee?
14,
Watch it again.
or sorry,
It
12.
actually fucking annoys me so bad.
6 at strength 14 minus 2d6 plus 1, and then 6 at strength 7 minus 1, 1.
Just let you know how the rules work is you move one model by model. It can't move more than its moving characteristic. Just let you know. Don't know if this guy realized. Okay. Just let you know. It didn't realize. All right. And then and then there's a couple more, but the one that is quite egregious with over movement. All right. Is here because I watched it earlier and I was just like flabbergasted. Because I don't like being an armchair judge, all right? I don't like being an armchair judge, and I'm being a bit of a judge. But these, again, are neophytes. They move 6 inches. Let me double check. Negatives and answers just cringe. Probably a veteran, let's be honest. Let's be honest, probably a veteran. They're neophytes with guns, right? Just to confirm, a neophyte hybrid moves 6 inches. Okay? It's subtle, but it's every one. It's every single one. For example, if we just watch this one again.
Huh?
Can you shoot after falling back?
No.
The unit moves 6, all right? Just to let you know. So this is the best one to look at, I think. Enhanced chat. We need frame by frame, okay? We need frame by... Oh, that's 5 seconds. God damn it. How do you go frame by frame again on YouTube? Chat, does anyone remember? Isn't the objective marker 7 inches across? Yep. Here we go. Wait, I got one. Dot and comma. Chat, this is like what's a piss take, okay? The unit, just to confirm, the unit moves 6 inches. Now, I know perspective is a thing, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? 7. To the middle, all right? Now I'm just going to put my mouse where the model should finish. All right? All right, that's a good example. If it moves 7 inches. And which one was it? There was one that moved like 9 inches, I'm sure. Here's another 7 inches. Okay, that's a good example. Fuck. That was not a good example, though. The one just before it. So they move 6. There's 7, the edge of the objective. It can't move past that point. If it moves 7 inches, which it doesn't, it moves 6. How does it end up off the objective? How does it move off? The unit moves 6 inches, bro. That's clearly 7. And it goes further than that. It goes like 8 inches. All right. Look, I don't like being an armchair judge. Okay. I don't like being an armchair judge. However, there's like 1 or 2 instances and then pure piss take. Okay. which clearly some people pointed out because I know all of these things happen. I know all these things happen because there is a comment with all of the timestamps, all right? There is a comment with all of the timestamps that I've been using to keep track of where all these things happen, such as him overmoving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a row after this point. That is point 1, all right? That is the first of 6 times in a row that he moves his units way further than they should. Okay. Bro, you stressed on stream. Did the extra inches matter? No. No. Now, the thing is, there's like the benefit of the doubt. You know, I know what it's like to play on stream. I also play on stream a lot more, so I won't feel the impact as much as someone else, you know. But, like, repeated behavior throughout the same game and his opponent constantly having to call him out for it is wild, you know. And the fact that supposedly this table had a judge on it, I believe. There's no judge on this table. There's literally no one else there. I wanted to check. There's no one else there. You know, there's no one watching this game except for the streamers. That he got away with it so many times because literally this game is on a live stream. So we can sit and watch it, and all of us armchairs at home in other countries or wherever can sit and watch and go, yo, he's cheating, or whatever. You can say what you like, okay? Whether you think it's cheating or not, whether I'm sat here saying it's cheating or not, it doesn't matter. We're not at the tournament. But this, in my opinion, shows a repeated pattern of behaviour that if he's been doing this all weekend, he's on day 3, and made it to 4th place... Maybe it's someone using the fact that they're using an army that not many people play to their advantage where they don't know all the movement characteristics of every unit, you know? Maybe that's what I could say, allegedly. Maybe that's what the opinion I would get. However, if anyone else wanted to find this later and they didn't have access to the screenshots that I do of the comment section, they wouldn't know because the comments were turned off, okay? The comments were turned off, which is... probably quite understandable, let's be honest, okay? Because it leads to a witch hunt. But on that same stream, we had
Fail 3 saves.
Scary play on
I can
stream.
still revive a model onto the point.
Okay.
And that happens after the...
And the game abruptly ends.
The mustache.
Where is
man,
it?
Nick Nanavati. Pleasure having him on the stream.
There is a real world where I just move.
The game abruptly ends on stream. All right. Because I don't know the full story because I wasn't watching live. I was too busy watching the ads, you know. Supposedly, Scary's opponent flipped out at the end of the game, you know. I don't know the full story, so I'm not going to go into it. And I don't really care. But it led to an interesting conversation, you know. Essentially, the last turns went badly. There was lots of like really bad energy at the table. That's what it comes back to, you know. You missed a treat of nonsense. Brilliant. Brilliant. But the point being is it led to this interesting conversation. Why do streamers hide bad behavior? Playing Warhammer can be stressful. Large events are hard, and when you're tired, you can make mistakes. But why do streamers hide bad behavior or excuse it out of hand for, quote, nice guys? Specifically LVO and Tabletop Live. I get it, people make mistakes and playing in a live environment is hard. But if you hide the bad behavior, you can't discuss it and correct it, and people can do it again, again, and again. That ruins not only the game for that opponent, but for every opponent before and after as well. Which is like an interesting one. It's very much an interesting one because, like, should streamers have a responsibility to hide stuff? Should streamers have a responsibility to publicize stuff? Because I think there's, like, a weird conversation because I think a lot of it comes down to, like, teething problems of like, competitive 40k or competitive tabletop games anyway. You know, that... these people are paying money to play in tournaments and then going on live streams to entertain people at home, you know. which is like a really strange position to be in, because these people aren't going to be entertainers. These people aren't sportsmen. You know, or like not sportsmen. That's what these people aren't. Could you say athletes, entertainers? They are competitors in a single situation. You know. Hey brother, I'm the player in question. Oh, actually, Nexus Floof is in chat and would be willing to talk about this or answer anything if needed. And hadn't heard the conversation in total, but the offer is there. You know what, mate? I'm all good. I think you'll do yourself more damage than you could bring yourself, than me just using you as an example. Okay, I will politely decline. Appreciate you watching. Best of luck though. Maybe just don't do it in the future. That'd be my best advice. The thing is with it is like people aren't going to be entertainers. They aren't going as athletes. They aren't going as showmen. They're going as competitors, and then we put them on live streams for better or for worse. You know, I think we've got two very different examples of like someone who's in my opinion, taking the piss. You know. And then, from what I understand of the other conversation, is that they are the other conversation with Sky in particular is someone, for lack of a better term, let's say, crumbling under the pressure. You know, the pressure might have got to them. They might have then acted out of character. From what I understand, again, I'm just going off of the situations I understand. You know, you've got one person who's, again, moving a unit 7 or 8 or 9 instead of 6 is very different to what happened in the other situation. And we don't really know what happened in the other situation because we don't have the evidence anymore. But I'd be interested to hear your thoughts of where we should stand on these things, because there's one hand of like, you know, he's a cheater, you know, here we go. He needs like hung, drawn and quartered, you know. And then the other one where it's kind of like, maybe this person wasn't in the quite headspace and we should maybe not amplify that, you know? The guy that rage quit the game in round 6 was just in a bad mood and poor attitude right from the get-go. It was a hard watch. The guy's opponent went to the judge after the game and admitted his behaviour, and the judge determined that Scary won. He apologized to Sky and they hugged it out. That's the understanding I get for the full drama, the full scoop, you know. But yeah, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts about that, because I think it's a very weird. I don't think there is a right answer right now, you know. I don't think there's a right or good answer right now, because I like, as I said, like, these people aren't professional in the terms of they aren't being paid to entertain. They aren't being paid to be on a live stream, you know. They are just going on a live stream because they've been asked, because the streamer is technically not being paid. The streamer is not being paid by the venue a lot of the time, or the tournament, to stream an event. Their income is from donations usually. So it's a bit of a weird one. But I do think there's like a difference between like having an emotional outburst on stream, which you probably don't want publicizing once it's happened, you know, and then having a rubber tape measure as an example. You know, because like I think there's like a pattern. If you are having a rubber tape measure on a live stream, when you are admittedly under a lot of pressure because you're on the top table or a top table, you're undefeated, you like to continue going undefeated, you know, like there's a lot of pressure there to do well. But if you are openly happy to do that on a live stream, then that shows me you are also more than happy to do that when not on a live stream, in my personal opinion. you know? Playing on stream is hard, says Angron, because it's always the highest competitive games and there's outside pressure of 100 people watching. Every time something happens, everyone talks about it. That's true. That's true. Am I helping the situation by talking about it? Probably not. Probably not. But the point is that I think there's calling out like things that are like, you know, like saying that your thing is, I don't know, a different strength or has different amount of wounds, for example, is very normal. But I do think like moving a unit is not hard to get wrong, you know, or it's easy to get right. And I think that like the problem is that like there's no good way around this situation, because on the one hand, you catch people in the act. Great. Awesome. We love that. The problem is then people don't want to play on live streams who have nothing to hide, because then they feel like they're going to get hung, drawn, and quartered for doing something as like a happy mistake, you know? Why would you go to a game and not know any of the rules your units had? I think if you say something has X amount of wounds and it actually has a different amount, I think that's a pretty okay thing to make a mistake about, you know, personally. Because I think there's a lot to remember in a game to kind of like remember exactly what's happening, to remember exactly which unit's which, to remember exactly each profile. Now, you could argue that you say that you're on the top table of an LVO top cut, you know, and it's like you're 6 games in. So if you got it wrong now, you got it wrong in every game. And it's like, yeah, fair enough, you know, fair enough. But like, again, like, yeah, moving every single model slightly differently, slightly more, slightly less, depending on what you need, is a bit like, there's less what's the word I'm looking for? It's harder to fuck up, you know? It's harder to fuck up, and if you're fucking it up, that probably tells me there's a reason, you know? Yes, there is cat. A mistake is a mistake, and it's usually a one-off or random. It isn't a mistake if it's every damn time you touch a model. Yeah, I think there's like some things, like, again, like we talked about on the stream we were just looking at, is that a lot of it could have come down to not stating the intent you're trying to play, which is obviously silly, you know. Yo, thanks for the 4 months, really appreciate it, Fish Dog. Yeah, there's like not declaring your intent when you're trying to have an intent game can look like you're trying to cheat when you're not. But there's a difference between having intent and doing something you're not allowed, you know? And then Tywin's also said this, which I wanted to catch up on. That says, not being a professional entertainer is an excuse for a complete lack of integrity, which I also totally agree with, you know? I totally agree with. There's like, I think there's like a level that we need to balance on where that, like, this person isn't an entertainer to be completely straight up, chat. Let's be honest. These people are paying customers at an event, and then they are expected to go on a live stream. You know, they can say no. They can say no, but sometimes it can also look worse if you say no, which is also like a rock and a hard place conversation for another day. But like, these people are paying customers to go to something that they enjoy, but they are also competitors, you know? And also this comment, if they aren't entertainers, why are they acting like clowns? Also true. Also very true. Also very true. And to give Nexus, because I'll pull this up. I did deny them coming on stream to talk about it, because I do think that is a disaster for them more than me. I can sit here and laugh, but it would be a very bad disaster for them, no matter what they said. Hey, if I can say, I was just trying to go quick after 7 rounds. Exhaustion got to me, and yeah, I was playing sloppy. I promise I'll try and do better, but I wasn't wanting to be that sloppy. And you know, look, if I can sit here and take the benefit of the doubt, you know, I don't think anyone, including yourself, wanted to play sloppy, but it isn't a good look, you know. This is why I've not come out and said, you know, big trick cheating drama, you know, or whatever. I've tried to be like, I'm trying to use you as an example of why streamers hide bad behavior is more of an interesting talking point rather than just talking about what you did on that stream. I don't think it was a good idea. I don't think it was big and clever. I think, yeah, you probably came down to an exhaustion, and having some other dickhead talk about it straight afterwards, it probably isn't helping. But what I'd do is just not do it again, you know? That's been my best advice. But yeah, the problem is like it doesn't make you look good, okay? And again, I'm trying to move away. I'm just using you as an example. I'm trying to move away because I'm not trying to call you out specifically. I'm talking about playing on live streams in general, you know? And say nothing right now is going to dig a deeper hole. Yeah, exactly. The thing is, mate, is no matter what happens now, whatever you try and say in the chat, people are just going to jump down your throat. My best advice is just go play Warhammer and forget it happened. You know? Excuse me, cat, can you get out my bin? Go on, bugger off. Get out the bin. Little bin cat. What are you doing? That doesn't mean go around the other side of the bin, bro. Come here. Alright, run off then. Anyway. I'll admit calling it cheating from me might have been a reach, but it was grossly sloppy play that should have been called out by officials and dealt with by both players, not just... Yeah, I agree. That's the thing. I'm not here to say anyone was cheating. I was saying that there was like some really sloppy plays happening, but then rather than kind of like, you know, maybe having the players say something which might have not been a good idea, rather than the streamers saying something, they just turn the comments off. Which I think it just puts everybody in a really shit position because I don't know what the right answer is. That's kind of like the problem with this post is it's risen so many... It's kind of made me question everything about live streaming, you know? Because the thing is with it, we have these conversations all the time. The live streamers, or at least the live streamers in America, gonna say it, I'll call them out happily, you know? They want to be a fly on the wall, okay? They don't want to say anything to the players, you know? They don't want to get involved with the game. They don't want to call out mistakes or anything like that or chat to the players. But then also, they want to, like, delete anything that happens that could lead to any conversation. It's a weird one, you know? It's like a real weird one. And it's like, where do we stand? I don't know. If I was streaming something and I saw something that's going wrong, which I have obviously have done in the past, you know, then I've like gone up and dealt with it, you know. Do you think they delete it to protect the person, but it makes it look worse? Yeah, I think so. But then you always have that underlying thing is these people aren't professional, you know. Why was the Scarlet game caught, but not the other one? Great question. Is it 2 different streams? No, it's the same streamer as well. Yeah, it's the same channel that did it. This is interesting. You think they just delete the other one as well? Because I think that is arguably worse. You know. Let's have a look at the comments. I played on many stream games. I don't have an issue with it. I always said there's still in the back of my voice that says, God, just don't make a mistake. I'll be honest that while I like individuals, collectively the stream watching or Reddit lynch mobs I hold in deep disdain for a few reasons. They're often far less knowledgeable experience, most of them, not all of them, than any player at a top table. They have incredible blind spots and luxury of watching a game critically versus playing a game at a high level. They often bias a conversation immediately by using the word cheat, which is specific intent-based meaning. Any mistake can result in an accusation of cheating, and very often that accusation is based on imperfect understanding of the context or situation. Further, mistakes even for final level players are not rare. It's a complex game, rules change a lot, interpretations change a lot, and there's a lot of heuristics and habits to keeping it all in mind that can get crossed. Usually it's inconsequential, sometimes it's not, but it does happen. Misplays aren't cheating, definitionally, and yet that's usually where the conversation goes. Which is why I've kind of talked about it, right? It's kind of like I've said, I'm not trying to say anyone is cheating in this instance. I'm just trying to say there's an interesting conversation about bad behavior happening on stream and comments getting deleted, games being cut and stuff like that. You know? These people aren't professionals, but they are competing in a competitive tournament. So can you define profession, please? So I would say professional in the regards of being an online entertainer for the purposes of a viewer. You know, that's the kind of thing I'm saying that they're not. Okay. So that's my definition of being not professional. Now, I don't think that gives them the leeway to, not saying anyone in this instance did, but giving them the instance of being able to cheat. But I think the added pressure of being on stream can throw people's judgment out the window because they aren't professional in regards of being an online entertainer, you know, because they are being put into a position to be an online entertainer. That's my definition of the evening, you know. I appreciate the questions. Thank you. If you're asking, that means other people are probably asking as well. Because I think making a rules mistake, you know, making a rules mistake is very different to... But then again, you could argue it's a rules mistake because obviously if something moves further than it should do, it's because you got it wrong. You know? No one is making a living playing Warhammer competitively. Maybe making content same way rugby was amateur for years and years in the UK, but still had live competition with prizes. Well, no, technically no one's making a living playing exclusive Warhammer. The caveat is always it's online content. It's an online content first profession. But again, that's the thing. It's like you can't... It's a weird one because you can't really expect everybody to want to or have to play on stream when they are just a customer playing in a tournament. But then it's a tournament setting, so they shouldn't be in the mindset to try and cheat or act out or whatever. They should be acting professional, as in the social contract that people love to throw around all the time. That isn't wrote down anywhere, and it is just kind of like an idealistic way that people play Warhammer, which I do agree with, but it's not like there's not like a clear thing wrote down anywhere. So it's a repetition of mistakes that were called out, not one-offs. Patterns stuck, mistakes were acknowledged. Yeah, I agree. I agree. We all make mistakes sometimes. When you do it on stream, people do assume you're cheating rather than a genuine mistake. It's a difficult balance to get. Yeah, exactly. I think that if there's a repeated pattern, then you can kind of be like, this person might be doing that a lot. It's my personal opinion, which I've always said. But yeah, you are right. Mistakes happen, and then if it's a one-off, people can still roll with that and say it's cheating, you know? What would happen if someone refused to be live streamed in the final? So it's a bit of a funny one because, like, at this event, there is no other game than the final at that point, I don't think. But if there's no waiver or anything like that that someone signed, if there's no waiver that someone signed to say you must play in a live stream, then it's a bit of a funny one. Because you could be like, well, I don't want to play on stream and I shouldn't have to. But then they can also say, well, the only table is the one with cameras on it. So if you don't play on it, you forfeit. You know? It depends what you are buying, what you are buying when you buy the ticket, right? I was almost in a position where I couldn't stream a final because of who was in the final, you know. You had zero idea what was going on in the finals anyway. Why refuse? GW streams absolutely suck. The problem is in GW streams, they have no mics on the players to even the commentators. That's the problem. But yeah, it's like if someone bought a ticket to my event, it kind of says in the rules pack you will be expected to play in the final on stream, you know. But like if someone said like I can't because of XYZ and it's like a genuine problem, you know, like they're in a witness protection program, or they work for Games Workshop, you know. I can't really do much. I can't be like, well, your ticket does say you have to play on stream. The only way you can enforce it, you kind of have two positions, right? You either don't stream that game, or that person gets an automatic loss. That's kind of like the two positions you're in, right? There's not really much else you can do. Windows Protection almost do the same thing. It's almost like that's why I phrased it. You know? I'm on the UK's most wanted list, bro. Please don't stream it. Just not gonna read that out, man. So yeah, so I guess it kind of depends on the terms and conditions of the event, right? If the event says if you're asked to play on stream and you refuse, you get a 0 point in your game, then you are kind of fucked. But then it's kind of like if I can't play on stream because of work, then you are kind of between a rock and a hard place. I'm not sure you'd even be at an event like that for Windows Protection. Okay, yeah, I get it. It's kind of called an example. I don't know what other thing you could have, right? I don't fancy it because my hair doesn't look nice today. Kind of a lame excuse. Being in witness protection is a good reason not to be on camera. It's the only thing I could think of. So yeah, so then it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of like what the rules pack, and the rules pack is kind of like the terms and conditions of what you're buying into. You'd pull that excuse with your hair, that's true. But my hair's mostly, the green's mostly washed out now. I can't go on camera, I'm bunking work. Hammer hands, I never said anyone was cheating. I said there was some sloppy play. It just happens to be top 8 LVO. Imagine the FBI agent. He's playing TD. You have to learn and be competitive in 40k. But no, so yeah. So in that instance, if you didn't want to play on stream, then yeah, you either get a 0 or you get, or they just don't stream it. You know, a lot of the events that I've streamed, that I've kind of like not really had a problem, except for certain people have certain jobs that wouldn't let them play on stream at the time. I've just had to stream a different table, you know? If a person on the top most wanted list gets caught on stream, who gets the... I love how everyone just run away with the fucking witness protection fucking idea. If a person on the top most wanted list gets caught on stream, who gets the reward? The streamer or the person that reports him? The joke is nobody, because they didn't do it the right way, just like the guy in McDonald's. You guys have fucking ran with that. You guys have actually ran with that. That's hilarious. If more women got into Warhammer and the streams became toxic, I wouldn't blame them for not wanting to be on camera. Yeah, it's exactly. Exactly. Where were we? Unfortunately, the core of public opinion can be absolutely vicious, unrelenting, and frankly stupid. As a result, there's a fear of going on stream, particularly for new, less experienced, or just shy individuals. There's no lack of socially uncomfortable people in this hobby. Streamers have a duty to protect their volunteers from internet abuse and often do not have the authority to intervene, though may seek a judge. This is before you start pulling in second-tier rakers that get their clicks off of drama. Chat, am I the problem? Am I the problem? I didn't say drama. I didn't say anything in the title. I was very specific not to. Are we the baddies? Are we the baddies? Is the problem in the room right now? I don't like this. I don't like this thread. I'm out of this thread now. Dear. Wordle time. You stopped reading, but they mentioned you by name in the thread. I don't think they did. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Oh, wait, yeah, they did. Oh, yeah, they did. They were talking about toilet nice. I think I upvoted it. I did. They did actually name me. Say different thread. Different thread, chat. Look, I didn't say cheat or drama in the title for once, okay? I was feeling good. I was feeling good about the title. What happened is there was an interesting conversation about playing on stream. All right? All right. Can you get a word bubble of all the words in your stream titles in 2024? Just curious. Barry, I will ban you from chat. All right? Grey name and trying to call me out. I will ban you. Did say drama or stall? Yeah, but it's not in the title. People aren't clicking on the video because I said drama during it. That's not how it works, sadly. If it did, that'd be great. That would be so good. So anyway, I think there's an interesting conversation about like people playing on stream, right? And I think there's a very difficult conversation about people playing badly because they're stressed, you know, and then people cheating and blaming it on the stream, because I do think that's a problem as well. What's the rest of the post? Them talking about fucking the toilet dice thing becoming infamous, I think. Was that the stalling, by the way? I'm ready for the drama. So your question is misplaced. It's not that streamers hide bad behavior. There's not a practical solution to solving mistakes live because nothing about 40k is profitable. This isn't the NFL where a call or play can be reviewed by New York and corrected, which I note they still often get wrong. Streamers instead defer to the lowest level, the players at the table. They may seek a judge in their judge if it's warranted, or clarify some point of confusion based on the involvement as the eye in the sky. And I think this is a problem, is the fucking eye in the sky. Maybe the streamers could be judges, and then it wouldn't happen. Mikey ruling chat with an iron fist. I think it's pretty clear cut. People making a slippery slope argument over mistake witch hunting, then the two cases were in question were super sussy. Yeah. This just reads a reason to have active judging like Trevi and you do. Yeah, I agree. I think as a stream, you kind of need active judging because you're letting people watch, right? Like, I had players, like, I know someone brought it up, and I didn't want to bring it up because I don't want to inflate my ego a bit. But I will just, I do kind of have to use an example. When I had two players basically arguing for 3 hours on stream with player mics, and I kind of kept having to go up and kind of, like, sticking my oar in, for lack of a better term. To be like, yo, you're playing on a live stream, you really need to chill out. Now, this is all, like, not it's kind of like retroactively remembering, so I'm like, it's not all going to be, it's paraphrasing a lot, you know, it's paraphrasing. But we had people basically arguing for 3 hours, you know, and I just kind of went up to them, turned the mics on, I was like, look lads, you're playing on stream, this is making you both look bad, take a deep breath and chill out. And they still carried on. But then there was like line of sight questions and movement questions and stuff like that I just kind of like got in and judged, you know. I had people commentating and I was supposed to be commentating, and then the other thing is that someone was kind of like, is it better to be the entertainer for the stream or to be judging the game? Because if you're judging the game, you can't be entertaining. And I was just like, that's a really great question. But I do think the integrity of the game is far more important than me kind of sitting by and letting it happen, you know? And what I mean by integrity of the game is basically saying the game coming to a proper conclusion and not like just derailing completely is better for a viewer than me just kind of watching it happen and then just being like, yeah, whatever. You know? Well, we don't get involved. That looks cool. Thanks. It's my Jojo. It has Jotaro and Star Platinum and the world on the other side. And Dio in the world. And it's heat change as well, which is cool. But my coffee is cold. And it's like a Sports Direct mug. It's great. So yeah, so I think there's like a I think that, like, as a streamer, you either need to be the, or you need a judge on that table. You know? You need to be or have a judge on that table that is also watching the chat for the chat to come up with something, correcting, or, like, clarifying what, let's say, chat is saying, they're shooting their strength 4 bolters as strength 9. You know, and then you go, they're saying the bolters are strength 4. Yo, it says the bolters are at strength 4 on this. Stop. You know, giving a nod to the streamer to turn the player audio off for a second. Judge gets involved, does his thing, sits back down, reads chat, watches the game. You know. I think LVO should pay to fly you out first class next year to be the judge of the stream table. And you know what? I totally agree. I totally agree. I'll be honest. Bro. I think that's a great idea. No, I don't think it should be me. I don't give a fuck, you know? I don't care. I don't care. I don't come out and say this to be like, well, I should be streaming the LVO. I don't care. It's not for me, clearly. They've got their person in. People love him. That's great. I think what he does is great too. But there is a problem that we keep running into, is we keep having problems on stream, and then the fly on the wall just kind of not doing anything, and nothing's happening. It just keeps happening. Because then they're like, well, I'm on stream, but the stream is not going to say anything, so I'm just going to continue doing dog shit. The stream is a constant VAR. Yeah, and I think there's like a weird one, because I think some people think, well, they're playing on stream, so they're having to play they're having to play a more uptight game than other people, which isn't fair, but also everybody should be playing a fair uptight game no matter what, you know? I'm not a fan of listening to chat, to be honest. The amount of rules line which is straight or wrong could cause too many delays, although active judging isn't a bad idea. That's the thing, Barry. That's why I said, if the chat is saying the bolt is a strength 9, you can kind of use that to check your phone. You know? You know? You use that information. I read in chat that someone's played the rules wrong. I then confirm the rule is being played wrong. You know? If the chat says the bolt is a strength 3 and they're actually playing them a strength 4, then you check. And you go, they're actually strength 4, just ignore them. You know? Everyone should play by the rules. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I think saying, well, no one else has got 100 judges on the table is not a good excuse either. You know? The chat's not always right, don't get me wrong. Chat get things wrong all the time. But it's your job as the judge of the table, which it should have, you know, just so then the game can play perfectly throughout, an actively judged table, whether that's the person streaming or it's a separate judge. Maybe a separate judge is the way forward, you know. You use the information you're being fed to confirm whether it's right or wrong. You know, you don't just go, chat's saying it's wrong, so we'll stop the game. You go, chat's saying it's wrong, so let's have a look. Because you've got all these people who might know what's going on, but probably don't, you know. And then you can have, like, someone in the chat going, you know, the judge saying, no, that's wrong. You know. It's a weird one because, like, in, like, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, etc., if anyone starts cheating, they just get banned. You know, they get slapped down straight away. Whereas in Warhammer, it's kind of like a weird one because you are battling more than just the game. You are battling the game, the exhaustion, and the pressure, you know. Chat should be able to pay to have TTS read on and speak at the table. That's true. You know. Magic the Gathering is centralized. Maybe that's something we should have, right? Well, I mean, you don't have a player's card to present at every tournament. If you get banned from Dave's, you can just go play at buses instead. Yeah. Maybe that's a problem. You know? Maybe that's an issue. The GSC player was on a final warning, I believe, but if you mentioned that on the next game they played on stream, you got timed out. Brilliant. That's quite funny. That's quite fun. I'd also do the same, though, to be fair. But I'd also address it. Anyway, what else happened at LVO? The very thing I told you would happen. You know? The very thing I told you would happen, happened. Because what won? Only Indomitor and Talon Strike kill teams fucking won, didn't they? That's right. If you didn't know, Deathwatch took the win of LVO. All right. Now, there is a small caveat. There is a small caveat with the Deathwatch win. It's only very small. Okay. As far as I'm aware, the event allowed mission tactics, which is the detachment rule of getting sustained, lethal, etc. The combat doctrines, but Deathwatch, on all units. Where since then, Games Workshop have kind of clarified / changed the rules to say that only Deathwatch units get mission tactics. Now, I don't think it actually makes much difference to the win, and I don't want to trivialize Mark's win, because I do think the list is very good. It probably didn't really need it, but I do think it's worth mentioning that is, I believe, how they were playing, because they did the rules, they did the list, sorry, and then Grotmus Detachment got updated the week before, so I don't think they used it, you know? Because there isn't actually that many units that would benefit from everything having mission tactics rather than just the units that should have. But again, it's just worth mentioning. So, Mark, good luck, my friend. Because now when Deathwatch get nerfed, it's all your fault for laughing at a game developer in his face. It's finally not going to be me who got Deathwatch nerfed. It's going to be Mark instead. Thank God. So when Deathwatch inevitably get nerfed because they won a GT, it's going to be his fault. They can't blame me. So what did he have? He had a captain in Gravis armor with the Tome of the Ectoclades. Don't buy it, still on you. Thanks, mate. Thanks, bruv. All right, let me just clarify all my rules before I start reading them out. We have the enhancement Tome of the Ectoclades. You can select a second unit for the Oath of Moment target, which is very handy. We'll still blame you. I don't like this. You've got the Judicia, which is obviously fights first, and also precision, which is very nice. And he has improved the strength and AP of the various movable weapons by 1. If he kills a unit, he goes up by 2 instead. It's a very handy enhancement. He's got Lieutenant combat weapons to get reroll 1 to wound, and he's also got a Watchmaster because they're very good. He's got 2 units of Deathwatch veterans, 2 5-man units with Frag Cannon, Infernus Heavy Bolter, and a Deathwatch Thunderhammer, and a Phase Blade, and a Shield. Having a great time. And then he's got the same again in the Watchmaster. He's got 4 Thunderhammers, 2 Frags, 2 Infernus, and a Power Weapon. Having a great time. 2 Rhinos for those units, I imagine. 2 units of Deathwatch Terminators. With 3 Cyclone Missile launchers each. Absolutely crazy unit for 180 points. So much firepower, and they hit like a brick, and they're also 2-up save. Okay. Kill T's won Model of the Year and an LVO. Very good. And then he had the Indomitor Kill Team, which I imagine his fucking Captain Gary Samba was attached to. The Indomitor Kill Team, so good. So good. Let me tell you about it. Indomitor Kill Team. Each side's model makes a ranged attack that targets closest eligible unit or makes a melee attack in turn which it charged. It improves the strength by 2. So all of these flame storms are going to be strength 6. All the multi-melters are going to be strength like 11. Just crazy. Just crazy good. Toughness 6. Their bolters are like damage 2, and the heavy bolters damage 3 as well, all with like a sustained, which is super good. Just a great unit for 270 points. He's got the Thunderstrike, which I believe is the AP one. Thunderstrike. Oh no, each time this model is shot, select a monster or vehicle unit and add 1 to the wound roll for other range attacks. That's a great little pick, especially for like this one. You know, you're probably going to be wounding it on 5s, make it 4s, which is handy. +1 to wounds, great on this. Really good choice, really good pick. And then the Talon Strike. This is the uppy downy. Or is it? No, it's not the uppy downy, sorry. Let me have a look. Talon Strike. Talon Strike is... Each turn it's set up on the battlefield, it wants to uppy downy. It gets AP1 on all of its weapons, and melee weapons get lance. Strength 11 Melter. Yeah, Melter strength 9, right? And if they target the closest unit, they get +2 strength. So yeah, so they deep strike, get +1 AP and lance on the weapons. And they've got plasma pistols. They've got assault bolters. So they obviously are the... It's taking 5 Inceptors in that unit, because obviously they're really handy. So they become strength 5 -2, 2 damage, twin linked. Very good. So on the charge he made with a 12 in the finals, the jump pack intercessors had AP2 and +1 to wound chainsaws. That's so good. That's so good. And the hammer strike could get +1 to wound, so 2 plus melters. Yeah, wounding melters on like 3s and 2s is great. Yeah, that's a really nice combo with a thunder strike. You don't see those speeders very often, but they are very good. They're very good if you can hide them, which I think the LVO terrain has come on a long way. I think this year is definitely the year being able to use a Thunderstrike. So it's just a crazy good list. You know, you got the Deathwatch veterans going out doing your actions. Not the 10-man unit actually being a fucking monster with the 4 Deathwatch Thunderhammers. Rerolling 1s against everything. Rerolling all hits if it's not Imperium, which is great. I think it's Imperium or Chaos. The veterans. Which is very funny. Very funny. Yeah, if it does not have the Imperium or Chaos keyword, it can reroll the hits. But if not, it just rerolls 1s. So it just rerolls 1s to hit all the time. So even though you hit on 4s, you hit 4s rerolling 1s. Which is great. It probably has fight first because the Judicia, yeah. So they're rerolling 1s to hit as well. So they become very fucking nasty. Because this is just a fucking combat unit, you know. It's also advanced shoot and charge, fallback, shoot and charge from the Watchmaster, yeah. So yeah, with the Watchmaster and the Judicia, fight first, advance and charge, fall back and charge. Does the Watchmaster still have Vect? Or what does he have now? Oh no, he got Rights of Battle now, didn't he? Yeah, he's got Rights of Battle now. Which is good. He said Thunderstrike was playable. I thought he said Thunderhawk. I think Thunderhawk's like 3,000 points. I don't even think you take one in a normal game. So yeah, so they literally went for an army you can't play, to a terrible army rolled into a codex, to winning the LVO. But it has different names, so you can use 0 CP2 strats a turn. Oh, interesting. Because it's called Watchmaster, not Rights of Battle. Good spot, chat. Never even noticed that. Yeah, so the Watchmaster has Watchmaster, which lets him use a stratagem for one command point cheaper. And the Captain and Gravis Armor has Rights of Battle, which is also to use a unit, to use a command point, a stratagem 1 cheaper. So I guess you could do 2. I haven't checked the FAQ, but I do think he piloted to a crazy high level. Every other Deathwatch player fell a lot earlier. Well, I'm in a Discord with him, and not to leak too much, but I think he said something along the lines of, I've been taking Land Raiders just to nerf myself, and I got bored. I imagine a judge will ping that for rules as intended. Well, the thing is with it is a lot of tournaments won't come out and say rules as intended. They'll just have to go with how it's wrote down, right? If it's been used in the event, then it's fine. I don't know if it's been used in the event. I think it's an interesting spot. So clearly a very good player. So well done to Mark. Great job, mate. I said good luck with the Deathwatch subreddit, because they are going to hate you now as soon as they get nerfed, because you played them once. But it also led to another interesting conversation. Okay. Another interesting conversation. The great thing about Deathwatch is they hit like a truck. And the other great thing about Deathwatch is that they can teleport. You know? they can teleport. They have an uppy-downy strat. What do I mean by uppy-downy? It's a stratagem or an ability, it's a general term, that allows you to pick up the unit or a unit at the end of a turn, and then it can deep strike or ride from reserve the next turn. You know, it's not uncommon. Nearly every army has it. And I don't know if you can cast your minds back to last year. I know you've watched a lot of Subway Surfers and Skibidi Toilet since then. Okay. But last year, we also had an army that was, that won LVO that used a similar ability. Because it was the year of the Hypercrypt Showdown with the Monolith. With Folger and Matt Laura, I think it was. With the 3-inch strat, if you remember back, cast your minds back so long ago. Folger went on to win the World Championships, but it was that game of LVO with the infamous Monolith Deep Strike. You know, I've blocked off 9 inches, so I can Deep Strike. You can't Deep Strike, and then Matt not failing to mention that he's got 3-inch Deep Strike, so the Monolith can still Deep Strike, and then lost the game to it with Eldar. But back to back, we've seen LVO winners using a highly mobile teleporting army to win a tournament. So then Reddit has gone to say, are there too many uppy downies? You know? Are there too many uppy downy abilities? Bearing in mind that nearly every army has access to it now. I think it's an interesting conversation, but I think it's kind of a moot point as well because everybody has access to it, you know? It's almost like uppy downy extremely good. Yeah, uppy downy, complete flexibility around the board is very good. You know? Because there was this post that I just thought I'd bring up because, again, inspired the conversation. Over in the LVO winner thread, Orball made a point that teleporting Marines are an issue. Teleporting Marines in particular. I do think we need to discuss the power of going back into reserves and how it affects the game. Currently, we've got a lot of going back into reserve. Army rules, detachment, strats, unit rules all give this ability. It feels like its power isn't fully being calibrated and with the plays it allows. We've been here before with strat being told strong, they limit them once per game, but how do we deal with army rules? Hypercrypt recently got nerfed, maybe other force should follow suit. Sorry, Grey Knights, now idea for you. And units could be limited to doing it once per game, so am I overreaching? In the top 8 LVO, as I could work out, majority 6 to 8 had some ways of going back into reserves. Now, if you have a look, I've closed the tab. Close the fucking tab, dickhead. God damn it. So yeah, Death Watch, uppy down. What was Ben running? Let's have a look. Ben was running Vanguard. Very good uppy down with the Oriel Ventress. What were we teleporting? Centurions. Okay. Mr. Harpster. Was he running Angelic Host? Holy shit. Harpster was running Sanguinary Guard Detachment. Well, let's have a let's see. Come on then. Is this going to be funny or is it going to be some dumb American joke?
Mother! You're alive! Too bad you will die.
Right, okay. I was right. So, Angelic Inheritors is the uppy-downy detachment. Alright? Floof was running Gene Cynicals, as we saw. And now it's a new character detachment. Oh, is it? Oh, am I getting it wrong? Oh. I'm being silly. Oh, it's because it's got... To be fair, chat, Angelic Inheritors and Angelic Host. You know? To be fair, they're very similar names. Angelic Inheritors has a strat to pick up 2 units, is it? 1 or 2 units? Oh, it's 1 jump back unit, and you can't target something engagement range unless it's a Sanguinor. Fair enough. Jakari? Do they have an uppy downy? I don't think they do. Josh? Joshua, you write the game now. What were you running? What's everyone going to copy? Gladius? This doesn't have uppy downy. What? Not in my broken game. Triple Vindicators, though. God, they're going to get fucked, aren't they? Jay was running Chaos Space Marines. Technically Mandrakes. Okay, Mandrakes can uppy downy. That's a good point. That's a good point. Then up and down, it just pulls a unit to strat reserve, so if he uses it on Sengi turn 1, they can come down any turn, not just turn 3 or before. Yeah, true. True. Does anything uppy downy in this one? I don't know. Did Josh have scouts? I don't know why. He had 3 Vindicators, so I know they're going to get nerfed. Incursors and Infiltrators. Who did he lose to? Ben with Vanguard. Okay, interesting. Death Guard don't... Well, that's the top 8. Death Guard don't have uppy down, and that's why they're 9th. Does it really depend on what you can uppy down? Just having it may not be good if it's one particular unit you can use it on. A lot of the time it just lets you play the mission a lot more. You know? Now, the joy of up down is that you can reposition a really good killing unit into a better killing unit for a unit you want to kill. So you usually can't hide. That's usually the one reason you can do it. And sometimes it's just so you can play the mission better. You know? You know, imagine you've got fucking containment. You got like 3 units in deep strike. Like, yeah, cool, I got it. You know? You got sabotage, you got no units nearby, or you could have picked up a unit before you drew it and then go, oh, I could just deep strike onto this one and call it a day. Or walk on the edge of the board and call it a day. You know? Now every down lets you move a killer unit. I don't think that makes uppy downy exclusively good. You know? The flexibility of the ability is good. There's 2 very different reasons to use it. One of them's super killy, one of them's playing the mission. You know, in these examples, Deathwatch, Vanguard, and Blood Angels, you know, you can use this to be completely destructive, you know. Teleport those fucking Indomitor kill teams, you know. The Talon Strike detachment, or the Talon Strike unit is built around being able to pick that unit up and put it down. Its tactical insertion is it benefits from, but it's also really good for picking up 2 veteran squads to do to a mission, you know, to do a tactical objective. That's what that's very good at. Same with Vanguard, right? In this Vanguard detachment, as I said, you give the Centurion Devastators deep strike, you know, certainly a very good unit. But what else do we have? We've got minimum squads of Eradicators. Units of 3 are also very good at just not doing anything. You know? We've got Inceptors for the minimum deep strike. You've got Scouts who can go up into reserve as well. So yeah, you can deep strike Centurions with it, but also there's a lot of different little units there that you can deep strike to just do missions. So, Blood Angel's the same. Genius to the Cult's the same. Drakari's just Mandrakes. That is mostly mission-based. You know? It's not quite done in Drakari, but you've got so much flexibility in terms of stuff, it doesn't matter. I'm saying the Deathwatch barely beat the Drakari, so Sky's go to. Sky's very good. I'm really chuffed for Sky to go 5th. That is great, especially after the drama on that stream as well. It's really cool to see Skari in 5th place. He did great. Who else do we see? Any locals? A lot further down. A lot further down. To be fair, though, it's still really good. I say, oh, there's Innis. I say a lot further down. Did he go for Bloodless Blood Angels? He did. He did. He did go for Bloodless Blood Angels. Did he take Desos? He took out the Desos. Fair enough. Fair enough. He took out the Desos. Fucking dickhead. What fucking dickhead. What a dumb FAQ, but also what a dickhead for including it at the bottom of his list. No deaths without plunging from UKTC. Yeah, that's probably what that means then. Yeah, fair play to him. Fair play. Good way to play Blood Angels right now with that detachment ability. And the fact that you can get +1 to wound from Oath at the moment because he's not using any Blood Angels units. Probably the best way to play Blood Angels right now until that gets changed. Whether it does or not, I don't know. Whether it does or not, I have no idea. But it could. You know? I think it should. Personally. It doesn't make sense, but the detachment isn't keyword locked. The units are. So yeah, well done to Mark for winning LVO. Nice to see Deathwatch going to get nerfed and nothing to do with me. God, Deathwatch is so good though, aren't they? But that's what happened at the LVO. That's everything that happened, or like some of the interesting conversations that came out of it. Whether we can look at lists or whatever, but also more importantly, we can have these interesting discussions about Uppy Downy being broken, which I don't think it is, because a lot of people have it. It's just going to feel worse for the armies that don't, so hopefully they do get it. And then the streamer one. The streamer one, it's weird. It's going to be a wild year for 40k apparently. 10th being rushed to finish, so all codexes this year apparently. That sounds like a really strange rumour. Why are they rushing to finish 10th edition? They've still got 18 months on it. They'll finish 10th edition, or all the books will be out by the end of the year, or January, February, March next year. And then they'll sell your campaigns, and then they'll sell as a new edition. Isn't it wild that we're getting a new edition of 40k next year? Isn't that wild that we're getting a new edition of 40k just next year? The thing is, it's the 20th of the year of this year. You know? 11th knock on the door. That's why all the chaos are coming early this year. I don't know if that's like a rumor or not, though, right? Do you like how 10th charging works, or would you like to see it changed? I don't really see an issue with it. Have I missed something? Is there an issue with 10th edition charging? I also realised my camera's really dark today. What would I want changed from the charging? I also wish to slow it down. The 3-year cycle is absurd. Yeah, I think like a 4 or 5 year cycle would be much better. Even just a 4-year cycle would be good. Not really, but I'm getting bummed when people do a short charge into screen then do this long wonky string to hit something else. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. It's just like, yeah, the stipulation of having to make base contact can be weird. You know? But then, yeah, I think if they changed it back to how it used to be, you'd just get proper jank charges. So I think it's like jank in a different way, which is difficult. What do you want to what would you want rules changes wise? I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I think the game's good. I think the game's good. I don't really know what I'd change. I think I've spoken a lot about what my problems with 10th edition without having to like fucking go over it again. There's some things that I'd like, yeah, like a universal special rule should be more full on, but that's about it really, you know. The investors report mentioned doing something bold with 40k this year. Copium is 10.5 rulebook and an extra year. I didn't remember seeing that. I don't remember seeing that bit. I guess when they switch a new season, I think that'll be June, bud. I think that'll be June. The next season. Leverage should please add a spearhead equivalent. Combat Patrol right now does not count. No, Combat Patrol shit that at the minute. Bring back item and model points to me for the next edition. Yeah. Or just get rid of model. Just get rid of different weapon profiles. Just fuck it. Have them all the same. Have them all the same, you know? Las Cannon, Heavy Bolter, Heavy Flamer in a tactical squad. If they are still around, which won't be. Put them all the same. You know? Then people can't complain. Make Bolter's strength 9. Do you think they'll patch up this points per world gear mess before they did before 11th? No, because the thing is with it, chat, is I think that people want to see separate point values for weapons, but it's also extremely hard to balance a unit with different weapons. You know? So what they did was made a unit well expensive if it's got no upgrades, but with all of the upgrades, this is how much it should cost. Is 11th edition when they finally ditch Firstborn? Maybe, but how many units are left? I don't think they're going to Firstborn, or I don't think they're going to ditch the old vehicles. They're just about to put the Rhino and the Land Raider into an Emperor's Children Codex. I don't think they're going to get rid of the Rhinos or Land Raiders anytime soon. Chaos vehicles don't count. Same kit, bro. It's the same kit. I don't think they're going to get rid of them. Why would they? They could just leave them in and just sell something else. 11th edition, I reckon Vindicators are deadage. Yeah, but that's stupid though, isn't it? Why would you want a unit to disappear? Being pushed so hard right now, so clearing stuff. You think Games Workshop have that much foresight? I don't think they do, bro. But you may be the case. You know, Vindicators are very good. Vindicator, hardly know her. I know, right? I can see the Rhino going, but the Land Raider will stay. But I just don't think... I don't think people should think that way. I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think that's going to happen, chat. The main shooter doesn't want to micro-point it. No, exactly. And they're the ones who write the rules. What infantry boxes they still sell for Firstborn? Devastators. Vanguard Veterans. I think that's it. I think that's it. Feels like that's it. And Tactical Marines, yeah, true. Space Marines can only do Firstborn. Also true. Forgot that. Centurions. Are they firstborn? That's like saying a Terminator's firstborn, you know? I mean, technically, yeah, they're firstborn, but, like, they're not like a unit that needs to be Primaris, like Terminators didn't, so they didn't. Terminators didn't need a Primaris version, so they just didn't bother and just said, oh yeah, there's Primaris in there sometimes too. Changing Rhinos to fit Primaris is an FAQ job. Yeah. I like the stroke of genius of they're both. Yeah, literally. As a miniature production company, it'll all come down to what can be sold at a profit. If no one buys Rhino, then bye-bye. Yeah, exactly. Rules team gets sold what's being pulled, not the other way. Yeah, I agree. So Devastator's in the top 8 list. I didn't see him. I don't remember seeing him in Jax, but they were in the Vanguard list. Deathwatch vets are firstborn. Yeah, but they're not really, are they? They're a Deathwatch unit. Firstborn is in. I think the whole lore to game narrative is stupid anyway. It's like, what's a really old Space Marine kit? You know? What's really old? Deathwatch are technically firstborn, but they're also not because they can take Primaris units again. But they're not going to get rid of them because they've just made them into an army. You know? They're not going to be like, right, we need to Primaris the Deathwatch veterans. No, they're just going to keep selling that kit because it's relatively new in terms of the long stock thing. You know? It's an old kit. Devastator squad. It's starting to become an old kit. The tactical squad is an old kit. The assault Terminator squad is an old kit. Then what's going to get redone and what's going to get cut out? Like Grey Knights, they're not really in the same conversation as Firstborn, I don't think. Technically, yeah, they're not Primaris, but like, they're not like a Firstborn kit as in an old GW kit that they're probably going to stop selling. They're in Jax. Surprisingly good. Sustained for 1 CP. Reroll all ones with joint character and loan up 18 and fallback shoot and charge. That's interesting. Grey Knights might get squatted, then reborn into an Imperial Agents for 11th edition with 1 new kit, and then come out as an index. All the old kits are going to go bye-bye, and a lot of veteran Space Marine collectors are going to act surprised. Yeah. It's going to be annoying, don't get me wrong, but, like, just get over it. You get over it. You up base things, or just buy the new one. You know? When people use old Assault Marines as Assault Intercessors, I'm a bit like, okay. You're on the right base? You stand the right height? You got a jump pack so I know who's coming? Sound. Call it a day, lad. Call it a day, lad. Hello, troublemakers, that's mean. Walls have quite a few firstborn units. Yeah, walls need a full overhaul, don't they? Let's be honest. What Space Wolves need a big overhaul because they are old. They are old. I just want to know where Knights have gone. Me too. Me too. I wanted to do my video. Now it's going to be on the shelf. Do you have anything more done in the studio? No. Nope. Apparently that's coming this edition. Well, yeah. But I keep predicting a Space Wolf, that Shadow. I always thought it was a Space Wolf. I said that on stream. I always said it was a Space Wolf, not a Grey Knight. That Shadow is a Space Wolf, chat. Don't forget, when that first thing in the morning, at like 6 o'clock in the morning, where I was sleep deprived, I said it was a space wolf. How broken will new Eldar be? Don't know, I'll have to wait. I'm sure they'll be good, though. Anyway, chat. I think that's about it for the drama. It says strike squad in that Discord post. Yeah, strike like a dog. That's striking it. The same. It's the same, chat. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. But now it's time for the real stream. It's time for the real stream, chat.